this little girl, Koo Jae-yoon, is a top killer. She stands alone, facing several vicious dogs that surround her. Without a trace of fear, Koo Jae-yoon single-handedly defeats all the dogs with a small wooden stick in her hand. 10 years ago, a mysterious organization altered human genetics. The children here possess superhuman abilities, with intelligence far surpassing that of ordinary individuals. Koo Jae-yoon is their most successful creation, able to manipulate objects with her mind. Because her powers were so powerful, the organization felt that the experiment was out of control, decided to terminate the experiment and kill the girl. Unexpectedly, she killed the guards and escaped from the organization. A group of people, accompanied by hunting dogs, relentlessly chase after her. After running through the night, the girl collapses outside a farmhouse. As the sky brightens, the young girl is discovered by a kind-hearted farmer. The compassionate farmer calls a doctor to treat the girl. The doctor says the girl is not seriously injured, but the head injury she sustained may result in memory loss. Feeling pity for the little girl, the farmer and his wife, who happen to be childless, decide to adopt her. 10 years later, Koo Jae-yoon has grown into an adult and is very responsible. She independently travels to the city to buy inexpensive animal feed and drives a small truck back to the farm to help her adoptive parents with the farming tasks. Her adoptive mother, however, suffers from worsening dementia, adding to the financial strain on their already impoverished family. Seeing the financial burden on her adoptive parents, Koo Jae-yoon has a secret that she has been hiding from them. Her head occasionally throbs with inexplicable pain, causing her excruciating agony. The doctor informs her that unless she finds her biological parents, she only has a month left to live. One day, her best friend recommends a talent show called Birth of a Star, with a prize of up to 500 million Korean won. Thinking that the money could be used to treat her adoptive mother's illness, she immediately decides to participate. During the audition, Koo Jae-yoon sings a song and unexpectedly receives the highest score in the local competition, earning herself a ticket to the next round. Unbeknownst to them, Koo Jae-yoon's public appearance has caught the attention of the organization that has been searching for her for years. On this day, she and her friend are happily boarding a train to Seoul for a race. Suddenly there was a man sitting across from Koo Jae-yoon on the train. His name was Male English, and he said some weird things. Of course Koo Jae-yoon froze. She didn't recognize the Male English in front of her at all. Male English thinks Koo Jae-yoon is faking amnesia, laughing disdainfully. The next second he suddenly threw out a slap, almost hitting Koo Jae-yoon's face. Koo Jae-yoon didn't react and was scared to tears. Seeing Koo Jae-yoon's reaction, which seems genuinely normal, Male English is surprised. Could she really have lost her memory? Witnessing the situation, Koo Jae-yoon's best friend fiercely scolds Male English, attracting the attention of others. Realizing the unfavorable situation, Male English reluctantly gets up and leaves, temporarily sparing Koo Jae-yoon. As he leaves, he tells her they'll see each other after school. Inside the train compartment, a man bumps into Male English, but the man acts as if nothing happened. He told him to come back and ask him if he wanted to fight. The man approaches, ready to throw a punch. As a result, he killed him with a single blow. He picked up the man's body with one hand and threw it out of the car. Koo Jae-yoon arrives in Seoul to participate in the talent show. With her exceptional singing voice, she once again successfully advances to the top 16 in the nation. However, at this point, she also catches the attention of the organization led by Dr. Beck. As they are preparing to take the train back home, several black cars suddenly stop in front of them. Several individuals wearing black suits step out, and a man with a scar hands Koo Jae-yoon a business card. He said he'd seen her perform and wanted to take her away. Sensing trouble, Koo Jae-yoon's best friend quickly pulls her aside. They get into another car and drive away, indicating that the situation is far from over. Back in town, she runs into Male English again, and he threatens her with the lives of her adoptive parents. That night they came back to Koo Jae-yoon's house and took her friend hostage. At that moment, the scarred man reappeared, and when he saw that Koo Jae-yoon still hadn't recognized her identity, so he told Koo Jae-yoon that he almost died at his hands. So how could he not recognize you? But at this moment, Koo Jae-yoon doesn't seem like a witch at all. She keeps begging, hoping to spare them. The man puts the knife to her best friend's neck, and blood quickly starts to flow. Seeing this, Koo Jae-yoon's eyes instantly change. In a flash, she snatches the pistol, fires 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, displaying a set of marksmanship without even blinking, instantly achieving a pentakill. Add to that the fact that the man had completed a perfect 6 kills, and her friend was instantly stunned by the scene. And at that moment, applause breaks out as Male English enters. Teasing Koo Jae-yoon, He says she's too crazy, truly extraordinary. He grins and asks her best friend if Koo Ja-yoon has been acting strange recently. Her best friend looks at Koo Ja-yoon and asks what is peculiar about her. Male English says that Koo Ja-yoon is either doing farm work at home or playing with you. She never studies, yet she is the top student in the entire grade. Why is that? Because she was the highest level of brain modification in the first place. Codename Witch, but Koo Ja-yoon still can't remember, only to see Male English's expression suddenly become serious. This is another one with scars. It turns out that Male English is the same boy who helped organize the killing of Koo Ja-yoon when he was a child. After saying this, Male English demands that Koo Ja-yoon go back to headquarters with them. If she refuses, he will kill her foster parents and her best friend, for their safety and to uncover her own identity. Koo Ja-yoon reluctantly agrees. Koo Ja-yoon went with them back to the experimental base from 10 years ago, was locked in a chair in the laboratory, and Dr. Beck, the mastermind behind the organization, was thrilled to see her creation again after 10 years, but Koo Ja-yoon still couldn't remember anything. Dr. Beck makes a gesture, her men immediately give her a shot. Koo Ja-yoon immediately remembers everything. It turned out that back then, the organization didn't continue to pursue her, because she had undergone genetic modification. Once she was separated from their drugs, she would self-destruct, and they thought Koo Ja-yoon was destined to die. What they never expected was that Koo Ja-yoon was an exception and had survived for 10 years. Koo Ja-yoon had already learned from the doctor that her time was running out, and she needed to undergo a bone marrow transplant. And at this moment, Dr. Beck wouldn't let her die. She's trying to hide the organization and control Koo Ja-yoon to work for her. Then a second shot was given to Koo Ja-yoon, and this one took care of her side effects perfectly, and she can use her powers at will. But they only last for a month. Dr. Beck asked her if she liked this gift. Male English suddenly realized that something was wrong. At this moment, Koo Ja-yoon revealed her true identity. She never lost her memory. Not only did she possess superpowers, but she also had acting skills. Dr. Beck was still unaware of the truth, while Male English, who was lower in rank than Koo Ja-yoon, instantly woke up to the reality. They had been deceived by her. It wasn't them who found Koo Ja-yoon, but she who found them. She used her mind to instantly damage all the equipment in the lab. As a rookie attempted to capture her, Koo Ja-yoon had already vanished without a trace. In the next second, Koo Ja-yoon struck him down with a fatal blow. Dr. Beck was stunned and immediately ordered the release of hypnotic gas, but Koo Ja-yoon remained calm, with a hint of a smile blending into the mist. Then, Koo Ja-yoon shot the fire sprinkler above her head twice, causing Dr. Beck to quickly command the gas to be turned off. As the mist dispersed, Koo Ja-yoon had vanished from the laboratory. Looking up, she saw a large hole in the ceiling. Dr. Beck was filled with shock and instantly looked towards the ceiling of his control room. Koo Ja-yoon descended slowly from behind Dr. Beck, holding a gun and aiming it at him. Koo Ja-yoon revealed that she had been searching for Dr. Beck for a long time. It turned out that her memory loss from beginning to end was all an act. After learning that her time was running out, Koo Ja-yoon decided to track down Dr. Beck, but with no leads. She came up with this plan. She appeared on television, showcasing her superpowers in the form of magic. When she saw Male English repeatedly appearing, she was 100% sure that Dr. Beck took the bait. Dr. Beck chuckled and called her a cunning woman. Now, all Koo Ja-yoon wanted was to obtain more drugs to prolong her time. She shot Dr. Beck in the leg and dragged him out of the laboratory. At that moment, a dark figure swiftly struck, sending Koo Ja-yoon flying. It was Male English who had arrived. Koo Ja-yoon brushed off the dust on her body without much concern. With a hint of mockery, she commented on how he had grown tougher. When they were kids at the base, she had left him half crippled with her attacks. Male English, with a disdainful expression, retorted that she hadn't changed and still didn't regard him as her brother. He warned Koo Ja-yoon to be careful, as he was not the same person he used to be. Koo Ja-yoon questioned him, and in the next second, she pressed Male English against the wall with one hand and then tossed him aside. Male English became furious and started to fight back, each punch creating a large hole in the wall. But every punch is easily dodged by Koo Ja-yoon. Koo Ja-yoon grabbed him and pressed him against the wall, humiliatingly slapping him across the face. The Male English character retaliated, only to be slapped twice more. He grabbed Koo Ja-yoon's right hand and twisted it, forcefully pushing Koo Ja-yoon against the wall, fighting back like a madman. But Koo Ja-yoon effortlessly dodged all the attacks and countered, forcing the Male English character to retreat. Koo Ja-yoon calmly lifted her right hand and forcefully corrected the joint, putting her arm back in place. Throughout the whole process, she didn't even furrow her brows. The male English character refused to give up and continued to fight back. Then, Koo Ja-yoon used her telekinesis to grab the gun on the ground. The male English character dodged behind the room's eaves, using telekinesis to control an iron box as cover and directing it to strike Koo Ja-yoon. At this point, the outcome was already determined. In the face of absolute strength, Koo Ja-yoon dominated the battle. In the end, both the male English character and Dr. Beck were killed by Koo Ja-yoon. She returned to the laboratory and took the remaining 6 vials of the serum. Then she left the bloody base behind. Next, she arrived at the hospital and found her father and her bedridden mother. She placed the vials on the bed and told her father to administer them to her mother, dividing it into 8 doses, once a month. She promised to find a way to revive her mother afterward. She went outside the hospital and bid farewell to her best friend through the glass. She also longed for a normal life. But now, for the safety of her family and friends, she had to embark on a dangerous journey alone, continuing her search for a solution to the virus in her body.